Welcome to Kickstarter Pause. So who wants to play? What is Kickstarter Pause? Well, it's when a guest sits down to watch all the crowdfunding videos we are advocating for, and they hit pause on a video when their interest is lost in that video. This is a fun way to teach creators about the attention spans of individuals and what works and does not work in their videos. Want to be a guest? Have a crowdfunding campaign? Reach out to us, but for now, let's start this program and introduce our guest judge. And here we are. Let's go. Oh, my camera's still off. Hi, everybody. How's everyone doing out there in the great universe known as the internet? You guys hopefully can stop fighting for just a minute so you can watch us hit pause on a couple of videos. And then you can go back to ripping each other apart. And as the kids say, being a grand troll. I think Dungeons & Dragons was taken too literally when it spilled onto the internet. So with us today, we have the Dungeon Master himself, Brian K. Morris. Tell him who you are.
I would be proud to, Rob. Hi, I'm Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, and former mortician's assistant. What do? I write a lot. I publish some stuff. I write some comic books. I put out books of my own. I've sold in 6 different countries. Not only that, my operation, Rising Tide Publications, we have a page here on Facebook, as well as a YouTube channel, and also 3 times a week we have Nevermind the Furthermore, an interactive talk show, and on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. or 8 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. I don't remember what day it is anymore. Rob, help me. Anyway, we do a Clever Title Pending, where we have an interview show, and it's about creativity and the business behind it. So we will welcome you joining us whenever we happen to have it.
And we also have with us a pop-up contestant. Someone's going to help us out, Jonathan Hedrick.
Yay!
Hey, how's it going, guys?
It's Hedrick, right? I don't think I ever asked you. Okay. Hey, Hedrick,
yep, you got that right.
Hanging out too. He's got some time for us today, which is cool because he's a busy guy and we always want him on the show. Congratulations for those who don't know. He got accepted to be in Scout with, I'm blanking on the title, help me.
The Recount.
The Recount, that's right.
Yes.
It's a cool story about a Secret Service agent who is trying to protect the vice president. I'm taking it I wanted to ask you this. Vice president hasn't been made president yet. The president's been killed at this point.
Right. It's going to be one of those Fast and Furious type of transfers of power where they have to quickly move the vice president to be safe after the president gets assassinated. So it's going to cause the whole story is just this upheaval of our, government and what would happen if, in case this cult-like following that took out the president just was so bloodthirsty that they want to encourage the citizens to start turning against each other too. So that's where the title comes, the recount, because they're going to release the people who voted for this politician that was hated so much, and I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really thankful that Scout was willing to take me up on publishing it. So. Yeah.
and
you fit right into it, Rob, with that mask.
But Jonathan, so I do have something in development that's similar, not very close. I just wanted you to know later when you see it. I promise. We've been talking about it for 6 months. The similarities aren't huge, but you will see it and you go, oh, wow, that kind of same thing I did. Wow, I kind of the same wavelength. Like brains coming together. And this is actually not my project. I was put on this project. This project I'm working on now is 10 years old.
Oh, wow.
Believe it or not. Yeah, it's from an artist is basically hired me, and I teamed up with him because I like to have part ownership. And I said, you don't really have to pay me if I get to reprint the book and be part of it in a real way, not just as a work for hire. He was like, cool.
Yeah, that makes sense. And that's the best thing about comics. You can, look at how many different iterations there are of Superman and Batman and so forth. As long as the overall storytelling is original, Yeah.
And I do like how our generation is definitely being affected by, and for those who don't know, I'm going to announce this because it's actually going to be pertinent. Cat Dad and Supermom is 92% sent out as of today. So I've sent out all the rewards. I emailed them all. Brian's getting his on the 12th, which is Saturday, I think. So yeah, They'll have it according. We're using stamps.com. We upped our game, so I'm paying attention. Next Monday, possibly, or the following Monday, depending on when it gets approved by Kickstarter, I will have a Kickstarter with my earlier works. And some of my earlier works, people don't know me for having political values in the way I write, but some of my earlier stuff was very political, believe it or not. And Dark Justice will finally make its way into a trade along with my anti-bullying stories that I've done over the years. Even a book about how workman's comp is screwing over people who are really hurt. Something never released. So I got a lot of stuff coming in one book. It's going to be called the Comics Devil's Tales, Written Sins Volume 1. So that's all coming out soon. So, you know, I'm about to get, you know, I don't know. Before we get into it, as writers, because we're all writers right now, do you guys want to be known for a genre? Because I have all my friends who are writers who always want to be genre writers. And I always say, I don't ever want to be in a box. I want to be able to create anything I want. From a kid's book to a fetish book to a monsters book to a political book that's not. When I say political, I'm more political like you want to see. I don't drown you in my beliefs. I open up ideas and we explore them. And you as the viewer will watch and decide what you like about it because I represent all spots of it. That's political dramas to me, representing as much of the field as you can with giving very little spin. You know exactly what my political feelings are. I'm wrong. I screwed up. Go ahead, Brian.
Okay, I was going to say, do I believe in just one genre? Two answers, no and hell no. Mostly because I have the attention span of a mayfly, and I like to go after the big shiny, whatever it is that interests me at that moment. In fact, currently I'm writing a romance book just to see if I can do it. A plausible romance book, and currently I'm writing several different comic books. So no, I know some people who can make coin with just one by doubling down on one specific genre, but I'm not that person. So I like to gad about.
I thought Cookie said don't bother trying to write romance. You don't know anything about it.
Can't you tell how damn romantic I am? You buy her dinner. You get the best motel in town. Isn't that? No, I'm sorry. That didn't come from me. I'm sorry.
I just found out last week that driving over doesn't count as foreplay. I was amazed.
What?
Thank God. The whole time I've been doing it wrong. What about you? Do you live in a box?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to box myself into one genre. And when my first comic book came out last year, Freak Show Princess, which is a zombie book, the first thing people wanted to latch on to was, hey, are you a horror writer? And I'm like, well, I can write horror, but I don't want to be known just for that. And specifically, I don't want to be known just for writing zombie horror. So that's why my follow-up title, Capable, is a superhero book. And then my third one, The Recount, that's a political thriller. So I want to show, my, my range within writing. And, you get a wider audience that way.
And now, if you guys see me shaking my head, it's because my camera is dying on this, so I'll probably go off air, and you'll see my logo. I just thought it was funny. I was looking like Max Headroom for a minute, so I entertained. And by the way, Freak Show Princess successfully funded on Kickstarter.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you. Yep.
Very good. Very good.
Jonathan, you know how to play this game, right?
Yes. Yep.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just turn off my camera now. No one needs to see the ugliness known as me. I even got told by my mom. She was like, you know what? When you were born, I just knew you had the looks for radio. So I'm going to let two other gentlemen be the stars today. I'll be the narrating voice, a role I've always been born to play. Of course, you guys heard the intro. You know what we're here for. So without ado, let's get down to it. Now, the first couple ones on these lists are going to be very important because they are running out of time. We want to give congratulations to Nathaniel Gold, who just funded, I think 2 hours ago now. Congratulations, Nathaniel. He was on our show for the 7 Reasons. Got some backing. We're very proud of him. This is XCT Fractured World, still live until the 12th. By the time Brian K. Morris will be doing a live opening of my book, The Cat Dad and Supermom Saga. So let's see what Sean gives us with XCT Fractured Worlds.
G'day guys, Sean Keenan here, creator of the Extreme Champion Tournament. We're here on Kickstarter again to talk about our new project, XCT Fractured World.
Remember, if you want to pause, just raise your hand or stay paused.
So what is the Extreme Champion Tournament and XCT Fractured Worlds? In short, XCT is based on history's greatest figures of myth and legend having been brought back to life to fight and die for the world's entertainment. It's a character-driven series with plenty of action and emotion. XCT Fractured World is a bold new direction for the series and a great jumping on point. This issue takes action out of the arena and brings it into the real world. This amps up not only the action, but the excitement and intrigue as well. After a fire explosion rocks the XCT arena, Spartacus and his team try to stop the bloodthirsty monsters and villains from escaping.
Sorry, I didn't mean to move your screen.
Yeah, so I would pause it there, Rob, and I want to throw a couple caveats. One, I usually don't look at the videos when I back Kickstarters. I know they're I put them in my Kickstarters. I know they're important, but I don't have the attention span for even a 30-second long video. So that's caveat number one. Caveat two, I backed XCT. I spoke to Sean online, and he's a nice guy. But I paused there because I don't like the back and forth between the animation of the video with the interior art and his commentary. I would suggest, if it was up to me, and just my personal opinion, I would put like maybe the commentary at the end from the creator and just have like a stream of interior footage of the comic book.
Yeah. I'd like to add to that. I wasn't quite bored yet, but I'm getting there. Mm-hmm. I'd probably give it another 15 seconds. Now, he did tell us what the story is about. Mm-hmm. I think that should have led before we got even to the art. This is the exciting story. Here's the hook, and then like a smash montage of the artwork, I think would have been nice. And the special effects, like that little globe just before we paused, was that's nice and all, but as a consumer, I know I'm not going to get that flash when I open up the comic. I want to be teased with the art. I want to know how it's relevant to the story itself. And I think it's that's my main objection to it. And I agree with Jonathan about this kind of jumping back and forth between narrative and the artwork. I'd rather get all the artwork blam 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 like I'm in a music video, than tell me why it's awesome and tell me why you as the creator are fired up about this project, and then maybe close with some artwork. And how long does this video run, Rob?
Oh, I was going to ask that too. Way too long.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a little more enthusiasm. I mean, I'm getting it in his face, but it's just like I want to know why he's fired up about this project. Yeah. That's what really can often sell me on a Kickstarter.
All right. And a new rule, by the way, guys, if one guest decides to pause it, for a while, we were trying to let two guests decide, and we would stop it when everyone did. But this show is supposed to show when the first time someone loses their attention. Someone had pointed that out to me, so we're going back to the original rules. One guest on the show does it. That's it. We're done with the video. That's where we're going from now on. This is because I know some people who've been watching for a few weeks might be like, well, wait, don't they usually wait? Not anymore. One person, that's it. So this is X Factor rules back in the day when the one person would get kicked. That would be the end of you. Mm-hmm. So this is it. This is the epics of Inkandoo. There you go. Let me see if I can blow up the screen so you guys can see it better.
Thank you.
No, I'm not muted.
There's something odd about him. He was brought here when strange girls were trying to place a drip, but the needle couldn't go through his skin. But do you know what's the weird part? Weirder than this? When Dr. Yun and I learned about this, He brought handcuffs and told us not to disturb it. It was as if Dr. Yunan knew what's going on, as if he had seen this before. Oh my god, he blocked the door. We can't go inside.
Excuse me? Mind if I try?
Sir, this one's different.
Nothing I haven't seen before.
Hello, my name is Ahmed, and I'm the creator of the comic The Epics of Enkidu, which is a twist and perhaps a sequel to the world's oldest story ever found in human
Did someone say pause? Or I just hear a glitch? Okay, just making sure.
history, The Epics of Gilgamesh. Our story features a superhero who happens to be autistic. His brain works so fast that everything around him moves too slow, which makes him socially odd and interacts with the world differently. But it does help him analyze things, to see the pattern, to see things that can happen before it happens. This story is very dear to me because it's inspired by my dear nephew, who is an awesome autistic kid. The other inspiration is my passion for history and ancient myths. Our story takes place in a modern setting, where Enkidu, the other hero from the legend, is brought back and he doesn't remember who he is. That is until he meets a familiar face. The comic is sketched and inked by artist Felix Torres, a talented artist from Chile, and the story is written and colored by yours truly. We decided to raise funds to create this project and to help spread awareness about autism, and we really hope you can help us achieve that goal. Which is why also I'm very excited to bring this beautiful story in full color into your hands as soon as the campaign ends. Thank you very much. Help us revive the legend.
All right, that's it. You guys made it to the end of the video. Then we move on. We successfully got parallels 1 and 2 through the anthology stories written by Travis Gibb. No video, so no discussion. Just go check it out. You're gonna have to check it out for yourself. And just as a, is someone playing the piano in your houses?
I hear a piano too. I thought it was on your end, Rob.
No, it's Cookie. We've got. I've got my own theme music now.
Oh, okay. I was like, I swear it sounds like a piano.
It is a piano. Cookie is my wife. Cookie is listening to some jazz while she's coloring somebody's comic book.
Wow.
Oh, okay, cool. Speaking of music and all that, going forward, if you're, and this was a hard decision that we had to come down to, but we at Comic Book Advocates, and I'll come on camera for this so you guys see it's me talking. I don't want anyone confused by this, and I'll put myself so you guys don't get held up by this. Going forward, if you guys use copyrighted music in your actual video, we will not even show your Kickstarter on here. The reason for that is if you can't respect other people's IPs, we're not going to respect you enough to show you on our show. I just think it's the right thing to do. It was a hard decision. It's not meant to be anything against anyone. We just feel very strongly about protecting intellectual property. And as such, we will no longer even play those videos or advertise. We'll allow it on social media. We'll share it at times if it's part of something. But if you're going to take someone else's work, we're making a hard line decision to no longer involve you in this program. Nothing personal. Just us trying to protect creators' rights. And back to the show. And moving on to Tits. And the music in here is actually by the creator himself, Colton.
Oh, so, wow, that's cool.
Yeah, I love when creators do that. It just makes me so happy. So here we go. This is Tits, number 9. It would have sounded so much better if I'd said this is 9 Tits.
Welcome back to another edition of Tits. We have a lot of cool rewards this go around, including the Badass Babes with Badges wall scroll of Starla and Laerna, a set of 3 character reveal prints. 2 of these prints will feature 2 new characters that will be revealed in the issue 10 finale. These 2 characters' names are Gore and Rusev. The third character reveal print will be of our main gal, Starla. Starla will be donning a new costume that will also be revealed in issue 10. Curious as to how she gets her new digs? Then you'll have to check out this issue number 9 to see the events that are transpiring. For our cat lovers out there, we are doing a print of Scythion versus Gorloth. That's right, folks. Cat versus cat action here, taking all pets. We also have our custom reward sketches for any character from the series. Many of you in the past that have backed this tier have given our artist, David, great suggestions for your sketches. Keep it up. They've been a blast for him to do. And as always, we have several posters, back issues, and other rewards. And for those of you...
Jonathan, are you raising your hand?
No.
Oh, I saw something above your name title. I was like, I don't know if he knows there's a name title in front of him.
Yeah, I may have just kind of did one of these.
Okay, cool.
Pain and don't have all the current issues, simply send us a message and we will have you pledged to the custom reward tier to get you caught up on the issues you are missing in the series. We are also giving away free stuff for those of you who want to help us bring in new backers to this series. This ranges from posters all the way to custom artwork. Simply send us a message and we will send you a custom link to give to your friends. The more backers and dollar amounts you bring in, the bigger the free reward will be. There are a lot of other rewards listed on the campaign, so check it out. And here's a short video of some of the scenes from Hit the City.
All right.
It's a good video.
It was a good video, but aside from tits, what's it about?
Yeah. I could go on for about what.
I think you guys are being soft on the pause button. I think you guys are trying to be too nice. Everyone else has paused both of these videos. I think you guys got to realize this is a long program if you don't hit pause off.
No, just the title alone gave him an extra 20 seconds. To be honest with you, if that art montage had gone on another 5 seconds, you'd have seen my hand. To be honest, in retrospect, I don't even know what half of that was doing there. But I love his energy. The artwork looks great, and ask for that title by name, I guess. But other than that, I think the art montage went a little too long. And it just seemed like it was like another video tacked onto the previous video. And if he just stopped before he got to the montage, I just said 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I agree with Brian. I probably was about to raise my hand if that would have went on any longer. And I don't know what the series is about. And I'm pretty sure he's going to have plenty of success because of I assume 8 other campaigns that the people who have already backed that don't even need to watch the video in the first place. So I'm not sure if maybe he should start leaning towards future videos to pull more people in that haven't backed before, because I wouldn't have backed just by that video.
Yeah, that's what everyone had kept saying. Like, I know him, I know his energy, but I also think that he's gotten to the point where, like you guys have said, he's had successful Kickstarters. He's not very big in the community. He doesn't sit around and talk to other creators. He doesn't try to be very vocal. He does this book, and there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. But I guess he's built that fan base, and he's only reaching out to the fan base that's been loyal to him, and it works for him. He makes $10,000 a Kickstarter. He's doing it
fantastic.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah, he's making it happen. But I do think that it's a mistake, and I hope he watches this and hears us say, because Brian, you didn't even know he was on my program, and he was getting a lot of flack for the name, and people were beating him up a bit. And I did an interview with him, and I remember he had told me about it after. He's like, yeah, a lot of people came up and said that they thought you were trying to like hurt me with what you were saying. He was like, you were right. We needed the interview. What people didn't know is before the interview, I told him, hey, listen, people are going to attack you for this. I'm going to go hard at you. I believe in you. Answer the questions. Honestly, you'll be fine. And that really helped his career because he got to be able to answer those questions. Because sometimes you have to answer it. Like when I go into programs about Barbara Unleashed, I don't want people to be fetish positive. It hurts me if they're fetish positive. I want the people who are against fetish to ask dumb questions so I can blow them up and think they're bad shit. And then people are more interested then. Wow, I never thought of it that way. So I told him that, and you know, to his credit, man, he's done great things. He's amazing. I can't wait. I'm personally waiting to get the entire volume now. I want issue 10. I want the trade. I want to see what he does for the trade. So I'll definitely be part of it for the trade. But yeah, he did not invite. He made that you open up with your pitch. You open up with that quick moment of the elevator doors closing and then opening, and you do everything. And in reverse order, he should have shown all that art in the beginning with the voiceover. The music wasn't necessary in this one, but the art's so great. And I mean, he's at. Let's give him a round of applause right now. He's on issue number 9. How often?
Yeah, that's good for him. Good for him. Yeah.
So I think he's almost like. Honestly, I think there's a little fatigue. Like he just wants to get, not fatigue of creating it, but having to, you know, he's eager. You can hear he wants issue 10. He feels the finale. He feels everything he's been building for. And it's got to be a hard moment. And I had that with Barbara Unleashed with this first story arc, because originally it was going to be 2 issues. Putting them together and racing it to that end felt a lot better than having to have that one pause episode. So I feel his pain, because sometimes you're so excited to get to the end. You just want to talk about it and start the next chapter. So
and plus, this is probably one of the few platforms he has to sell a book like that with, you know, a title, you know, that unfortunately, you know, I don't have an issue with it, but not very many stores are probably gonna put that, no matter how much they support indie, they're gonna probably shy away from that.
Well, I would agree. I would agree. And the thing is, you said, Rob, he's going for 10,000 loyal subscribers. But if he wants to move his back catalog at this point, he's going to have to go for 13, 15 to try to grow the fan base he's got now. And that'll also help him when he launches his next project.
Absolutely agree. And by the way, TITS stands for, I know he didn't say it. I don't know if he did or didn't, because the video does
catch it.
And my attention, I'm like a fly. It's gone. The attention span's flown away already. Interdimensional taxi cab service. Like, I'm looking at the art because they are.
Oh my God, that's great.
Yeah. But there's no more cab in it. Like, the cabs kind of disappeared, so it's kind of weird. But it did start with a cab. Everything had a cab in it, so it was pretty cool.
That's cool.
I haven't read it in the last 2 issues because, you know, you and I'm guilty of this. You back a Kickstarter and you forget to go read the PDFs.
All the time.
Constantly.
100 PDFs that I've just not read. I know that's horrible, but I mean, I have people, and you guys know this, and I'm sure you're getting it more now, Jonathan. Anyone who smells success on you, they suddenly ask you to do things. They're just giving you PDFs, and you're like, they're handing you comic books, and you're like, I don't want to be rude to anyone, but I got a kid, I got a life, I got my own projects. I got my own things going on. Some big news coming from that too next week. So you're trying to balance all the plates, and you know, unfortunately, it's the stuff you're buying that winds up being what you're not reading, because you're trying to be a nice person to everyone. Speaking about being a nice person, let's talk about Doomsday, because there's nothing nicer than Doomsday, right? So let's check out Doomsday TV. What a segue! What a segue!
Yeah.
My name is Arla Billings, co-creator of Doomsday TV. Thank you for choosing our project to contribute your hard-earned money to. With that said, why is this project needed? Simple. Doomsday TV has something to say. Movies, books, television, music all reflect the time of which they were created. Godzilla represents the fear of the nuclear blast. Zombies represent the fear of the human condition of death. They can also be used as analogies for racial issues, contagions, communism, even globalism. Comics are no different. Mouse depicts the Nazi regime. The X-Men commonly draw parallels to racial issues. Even our favorite hero, Captain America, his first issue was him punching Hitler straight in the face. Doomsday TV is a book that explores the fears of our modern life. The concept is simple enough. A catastrophic event that's first ignored by the governments that we're supposed to trust comes to light. What happens is social chaos, mass containment, rioting, hoarding, loved ones being separated, and a whole bunch of chaos. Sound familiar? With that said, the project has been in development for a long time, 5 years in fact. And with recent developments in the world in the past few months, the stories have only begun to hit closer to home. Just as there is a pandemic happening in our world, there's a pandemic happening in these pages. An attempt was made to contain it, but it resulted in mass suicides, rioting, looting, and general rebelling against the system. Just as those other works paralleled those other worlds, we have 250 pages that parallel ours.
All right.
So look at the time. We're about a minute and 30 seconds into it, and he's comparing it to Godzilla, zombies. Lots of name dropping, which I understand. He wants to, if you're a fan of this, you'd be a fan of that. But I still don't know what's setting it apart. A minute and 30 seconds into the video, and there's another minute left. I think the format of this video is very creative. It's really cool. The fuzzy effect, the DTV kind of looks like the 80s MTV logo. Very original, but man, I wish it would have gotten to the point a little bit sooner.
Yeah, I agree completely with all that. And if he had dropped like one more name, I was about to raise my hand. It's like, yeah, I get it. They picked a lot of great things to compare it to. But, after you make that first couple points, you hit it, then you move on. Plus, it sounded like just before Jonathan raised his hand, I was about to raise mine because we already got the elevator pitch for the book, and it sounds good as it was. But then he's going into, it's almost like he's revisiting that theme. And it's like, no, get me to the end of this. Get me to the end. Show me some art. Tell me something about you. But I get his enthusiasm, and it sounds like from the way he's delivering it, I'd say it's probably a very intelligent series. But again, it just takes a couple wrong pauses, and I agree. I'm starting to look at the time signature when we start these things, and I was, like I said, I was about a second behind Jonathan on this one, but otherwise, I think it's a really clever video. I love the old-time TV glitching of the picture and all. I was reaching for my vertical hold practically as I was watching it. But yes, I'm that old, and I'm totally analog. But for the most part, I think it's a very enjoyable video, but it just takes just a little bit too long. I would prefer to see something where he hits the point and then moves on as fast as possible.
All right. And to be honest with you, I hate when people are in front of the camera the whole time. I've made this sin error in my past, and I don't think I'll ever do it again. I just hated editing software. You get lost in editing software. Let me tell you, if you're a geek or a nerd and you open up that thing and you go, okay, 10 minutes from now, I'm just going to do this quick thing and I have this one thing and I'll get back to my life. The next thing you know, you look up, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. You've peed yourself. Somehow you're eating something from the refrigerator and it hasn't even been warmed up, and there are a dozen Coke cans next to you, and you don't remember anything, but the video is now done, and it's a masterpiece, and it's ready for that's how it is. You can't be a nerd or geek and start playing with those things. It's not that I can't do it; it's that honestly I love doing it, and I want to play with everything about it and tweak it until my voice sounds like Darth Vader. So I do think he should have shown some art because he's got great art, but that's the penalty of this show. If you're not putting up, you're going to lose out. Now, here's another lose out. You didn't make a video. So Jonathan had said, well, I don't really watch the videos, and that's cool, but now I can't help promote this person because they don't have a video. So they lose out, and he's got some sick art. But you guys are going to have to find that on your own. That is for the Seventh Sister 01. This is it for the last rites. A lot of things ending, not a lot of things starting. I'm kind of like, wow, there aren't a lot of books really coming out. This time last year, we had 15 to 18 Kickstarters a week. Now we're down to, once that class goes away, we'll only have 6. But one of those amazing 6 is going to be our friend Christy Shin with Demon Bitch, the I Told You So campaign. Take it away, Christy.
Hello there, it's me again. If you're hearing this recording, I most likely have survived the pandemic and I am bored at home. Or something. Anyway, since we're all sequestered in our homes, where we now probably have ass calluses, an extra 10 to 15 pounds of weight, and probably clinically depressed or otherwise mentally ill, and probably very horny wanting to put bits of ourselves in cacti, there is one thing we can go tell ourselves. We need something else that is demon bitch. Something good to engage with this tomfoolery and fuckery even to this day, if we're out consuming germs haphazardly or inside living in bubbles. It's the I Told You So tour. Yes, after the popular demand of the shitty book Demon Bitch Alcoholics and Anonymouses and 2 of the stupidest pens ever known to man, I have decided to make another fucking shitty thing with Demon Bitch because I seriously had way too much time in this pandemic. And San Diego canceled Comic-Con too. Rats on that. It's Comic-Con. I'm bitter. It's the Demon Bitch the Shitty Tarot, filled with brightly colored array of stupid cards developed from the Lenormand-style deck and a few oracle cards to further tell you that the future is shit. Why is it called the Shitty Tarot? Well, first of all, it's shit. Secondly, she's so fucking stupid, she doesn't know this is a Lenormand-style fucking deck, but again, she's a dumbass and doesn't bother to research anything like much of the US population during anything really. To help you lazy bastards do the fucking thing, I've enclosed a nicely done informational booklet that is made from the best paper ever, but really it's shittily written and drawn, so I don't think it matters anyway. This Kickstarter's fund the print of this fortune-telling card deck because fuck science and rationality. Oh shit, wait, those may be equally irrational too. Aliens! Anyway, so yeah, it's to fund the printing of the deck and the little booklet because people really read the thing. However, it's probably better than the 2-ply fucking toilet paper, which I found to be an excessively rare and luxurious item in the last few weeks. Probably that's why people love the Costco butt wipe so much and bought tons of it. Too bad you can't return it now, you assholes. Speaking of which, we got masks. No, we won't advertise them as N95, but in this fucking day and age, it's better than nothing. So go and do the stupid thing and buy it so the next COVID motherfucker doesn't catch you off guard. Plus, they're washable, and considering that it's Demon Bitch, you should probably put a UV light there too, because it's...
All right, so we got Jonathan.
So I think it went a little bit further than I still would have. Probably would have raised my hand a little bit sooner. I still don't understand what the book's about at this point. I'm seeing these pages, but I can't see the the dialogue and the word balloons, and she's saying a lot of, timely things right now, like about the coronavirus and, running out of toilet paper and so forth. But really, what is this book about at this point?
Satire. It's kind of like a Garfield and a Far Side. We follow this Demon Bitch character. It's just like an annoying fucking... We all know that woman who is just not a good person. And it's satire about that woman. And that woman takes a lot of forms, so Demon Bitch is basically all of them. All wrapped into one. Everything that you hate about women. And don't think it's a sexist book. Oh, does she beat everyone up equally? She's an equal offender of beating people up and their dumb things they do. And this is just exposing humanity in the right way. With humor and definite finger pointing. So that's what it is about. Yeah, I do hear though what you're saying though. It's a good point. She does lean into a lot of personal stuff versus actually that. But to be honest and fair, she's got a great another creator with a great connection to the fans, and I think they almost want this from her. Like when they're showing up, they're expecting this almost stand-up routine for her book. Brian, do you have any comments?
Yeah, I was liking this, to be honest. I agree with Jonathan. I'm not real sure what this book is about, as if there's a plot or anything, whether it's like a series of although I'm getting the impression it's a series of cartoons and such. But I'm loving her self-depreciating humor. I'm loving her delivery and her timing. I would still probably have cut a couple of the gags out just for time's sake, but other than that, I was actually enjoying this. I was sitting here laughing inside.
Yeah, I found it humorous too, but I wasn't getting that from the comic part. I was getting it from her.
Yeah,
and
I was too.
She's not going to be there when I'm reading it, so unless there's an audio track that comes with it.
That'd make a great stretch goal.
Yeah,
An audiobook for the comic. Yeah.
Yeah, but I do want to see more of this in hand. Like I would something I might back a PDF for.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're gonna move on. The next project? While it has nothing to do with this, we'll just do a segue with dirty humor. So I'm putting a disclaimer. It really has nothing to do with this dirty joke. But what's the one thing you guys are all afraid to see in your inbox?
Moby Dick.
Hey, Dick. Moby Dick.
He said Dick.
No, we went from tits to dick, and
I know this is just a dirty joke.
Now I know why you had me on, Rob.
But it all makes sense now. Things happen for a reason. Things happen for a reason. All right, let's take a deep dive into Moby Dick. That sounded dirty. It was meant. It was meant that way.
Hello, Kickstarter. We're back again for the third time. Our terrifying High Seas webcomic is nearing the end of issue number 3, and we want to get as many copies of that to as many people as we possibly can. And to do that, just like those first 2 times, we're going to need your help. So check out the rewards we've got up. We've got a whole bunch of new offerings this time around that are really exciting. We're bringing back the chance for a cameo appearance, this time with a twist. This time, you can be featured as an undead member of Captain Ahab's crew. So if you've ever wanted to see yourself zombified and following orders from a zombie captain while hunting down a gigantic zombie whale, well, here's your chance. That's not all that's new, though. We're trying to expand our game a little bit this time. So now we're offering official Moby Dick Back from the Deep t-shirts. So now you can do more than read a comic featuring a zombie Ahab. Now you can own your own t-shirt with that zombie Ahab plastered right across your chest. So to everyone who supported us before, thank you. To everyone joining us for the first time, welcome aboard. And please, wish us luck.
All right. Well, he survived the judges, so we're moving on to the next one. The biggest compliment we can give you guys is if a judge doesn't say anything, you don't get critiqued. We're gonna say.
I backed that one too, and I know that's the first time I saw the video.
Does it make you feel more secure now that you backed it? Like the energy coming off that creator? Like, wow, now I know I'm getting something good.
The video didn't do much more for me. I still want to maintain my pledge. I would say that I didn't care for the part where they were scrolling over the text for the pledges. That I think that wasn't necessary, and there was a little bit too much of that filter going around the border. But that's going to be a beautiful book. I'm really excited about it. That's one of those books that you come across as a writer, and you're like, man, I wish I would have thought about that one. I mean, that makes sense. Moby Dick, that's free domain. Do whatever you want with it, and very cool. I'm looking forward to reading that one.
I can honestly be honest. I've never really wanted to write about Dick, but
oh man,
like father, like daughter, 1 through 6. Great creator. I can't believe she doesn't have a video. She's got an amazing presence. Catherine Camilla, she's just amazing. I really was shocked today when I was bringing this up, and I realized, hey, she doesn't have a video for it. I guess she was busy. She is always doing something, helping promote other people. So I'm sure that's what it is. Great book. Definitely check it out, guys. Now we have this. I mean, we could just skip this, Brian. If you don't want to watch it, just hit pause now. It's by by a Floridian creator. We all know how that Floridian creators are.
Oh, 2 hands up then. Forget them. Oh, God.
No, seriously, this is actually Jonathan's, and it'd be funny if he hasn't watched this video in a while.
Stop. Jonathan! Oh, 3 hands up. No, I'm just kidding, Jonathan. I'm just kidding.
Said we're not going to talk about Dick anymore. We're going to talk about Capable 1 2. Let's see this video. Because he's a guest, there is no pause. So just so everyone knows, there is no pause because he's a guest.
Unless I decide to.
We're just going to kick them out right now. So, just out of curiosity, Jonathan, when's it coming to Kickstarter?
I know. So let me throw in some information about that. I reached out to 2 people to make a video for me, and one of them was supposed to be the pre-launch video. Another one was going to be the full campaign video. Both people gave me the video about a week after the Kickstarter launched. So, and then one of them wasn't as professional as this one, so I just stuck with this one. Yeah.
In the future, when you ask someone to do this, never put coming to Kickstarter. It's easy to put it in a comment on YouTube as opposed to trying to get someone to take a banner out.
But by the time I got it, I was like, you know what? And I just put it up there.
And you know what? There's nothing wrong with it. Like, people would just be like, okay, this was part of the pre-campaign, but you're on the show. I had to give you shit. If I didn't, I would have lost
expected it.
I would have lost my street cred. Go ahead.
Right.
Yeah. I want to say that, and I'm not saying this because you're here, Jonathan, because I have no human emotions whatsoever. So, and Rob will tell you, I don't care about anybody's feelings, especially my own. Anyway, I was watching the video, and I'm watching the montage of art here. And seriously, it wasn't until Rob mentioned that coming soon on the banner that I noticed it, because I was watching this, and it was timed with the music. It was a very professional presentation, and I would probably watch the other 45 minutes of this video. So anyway,
45 minutes.
No, you reassured me earlier by telling me about your attention span and all. But seriously, no. So far, I am digging this. I like what I'm seeing here, and I think it's a very good video, and I think it looks like a very exciting project. Seriously, I do.
I want to see how much longer it goes. So let's check it out.
Yeah.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So that guy Aries, he's the artist that I hired to commission the Kickstarter exclusive cover for this campaign for issue 1. And part of the deal we worked out is that he would make a video for me. Unfortunately, he delivered it late, but it's still nonetheless, I think it's very professional. It was 60 seconds, I think, tops, and it just showed you flashes of the interior pages and several covers at the beginning. So yeah, I do wish that would have been my pre-launch video, but you know, everyone, the human factor, you can't get rid of that. So, but I can't complain for the price I got for that video and for that cover.
Yeah, but the one thing I will say, the one downside to it, just because I know you, is your energy is missing from that, and I think it would really help that exuberance that you have. Because I tell this to creators all the time. You don't have to be on it the whole time, but get your voice on there. Let them hear when you talk. The one compliment I got about Cat Dad and Supermom is when people said that they heard the video, it gave them chills were words used. In fact, the emotion came through. People literally, this was the first Kickstarter. Someone gave me $100 just because they liked the video. And I'm like, what do you want for it? He's like, I don't have a kid. Keep the book. He's like, you're good. He's like, I just did it because I fell in love with your passion. I was like, are you sure? He's like, yeah, go do anything you want with it. It's like, I don't care. $100. I was like, cool. And he didn't even give it to me on the Kickstarter. He gave it to me on PayPal because he didn't want to get the 10%. I was like, geez. I was like, I got to make more passionate videos from now on. And then I'm thinking, how do I do the Barber Unleashed passionate? All right.
If you have to ask the question, you'll never get the answer.
Brian, I'm worried about the rating system. That's what All right, we're going to move on to the agency. This is from Ruben Romero, and this is number 6. Again, credit to any book that gets past 3. We barely see number 2s, let alone number 3s. You see a number 4, you're amazed. We're talking about, on today's show, we're talking about 6s and 9s. This is amazing. I love this. This shows the power of the independent creator. So let's check this out. I promise I hit play.
Hi guys, my name is Ruben Romero, creator and writer of the agency. If we're at a convention and you came up to the table, I give you the elevator pitch. The agency is Harry Potter meets Mission Impossible. Magic smashed in with espionage and high-octane fun. What do we got for you in terms of rewards? Well, we've got issues 1 through 5. That's actually the first volume of the agency, as well as Agency number 6, being drawn by Sylvester Aguilar, a really great artist who we've brought on to continue to tell this story. We also have stickers, a variant cover with art that's never been used before, ever. You can check it out below. We also have the agency novel that has recently been adapted by an author named D.G. Spears, which entails and goes way deep into the sandbox of the agency. So for those of you who like to go deep between the panels, well, the novel is definitely for you. And a host of other digital comics and other rewards that you can check out below. So I don't want to take up too much time. I just want to say thank you for stopping by, and go ahead and let's get this thing funded.
Sorry if I missed the pause. There was something that sounded like it fell outside. I had to go look.
We stayed on the whole time, and it was, I think that they hit the sweet spot with the 1 minute mark. They didn't show any thing with as far as art from the project, but knowing myself, I probably would have already scrolled through the campaign page anyway. So
yeah, and he showed his energy. He gave a real quick what it's about, and it was just enough to make me think, well, maybe I ought to check this out. And yeah, I'd be like Jonathan. I'd be scanning the rest of the page, see what the artwork looked like.
Exactly.
So we got to meet this amazing creator last night on Indie Vault on the Tuesday show. She's got such energy. Just check out some of this art. This just blew me away. And this is definitely going on I'm getting a book of this. She's from England. I don't know. I might have to make like deals with like mules to get it snuck into the country, but I'm going to get me a copy. That's my new business, by the way. I'm going to be a comic mule.
IVA is a cyberpunk comic book series based on a love of 80s sci-fi and fantasy fiction. The story is set in the Ardent Nation, an upbeat, stylized technological utopia set in the 23rd century. However, all is not what it seems. Individuality and privacy are rare commodities that only the governing elite are privileged to. So imagine, if you will, social media becoming the governing body of a surviving nation. Everything about you and what you do since the day you were born is automatically streamed onto your timeline. This is then monitored by a totalitarian regime known as Mainframe. Mainframe's prime directive is to compete for technological advancement and for survival in a post-apocalyptic world. In the spirit of fighting cyber terrorism, people of the Ardent Nation are kept on a short leash through the use of surveillance implants. The message is simple: comply with Mainframe's standard behavior protocol or be rehabilitated. It's all about working as a collective for a common cause whilst suppressing any scope for individual thought and self-expression. Ivor Donnell is very much attached to her way of thinking, and this becomes a thorn.
All right, I'll put it there, Rob.
Yeah.
Okay, I get the point. It's a futuristic, maybe a little bit of Eon Flux-esque type story. The production quality of that video is awesome, but I got the gist of it a little bit over a minute into it, and yeah, it's something I would check out more, but I don't need to see 2 more minutes of the video to know I want to back it.
Yeah. She won me over. The art looks great. There's a lot of variety there. I can see some solid storytelling. I get her. I can tell she's behind her own project, which I don't always get from these videos. But yeah, I agree that we get it's dystopian. Yeah, it's Judge Dredd. It's 2000 AD. Okay, what else can? Okay, we're not getting it. So yeah. Other than that, though, I would take a look at this campaign though. Otherwise,
yeah,
but I wouldn't be watching the next 2 minutes of the film though.
Right.
We did happen to say this to her on Indie Vault last night, because it was the first time we'd all seen it. And I only met her being on there, and I was blown away by her passion for the project, the way she speaks of it. Very well spoken. You can hear her energy, but I told her, I was like, this feels more like the behind the scenes video. This doesn't feel like the pitch video. the pitch video, just get out there right away. I even told her, I was like, you really want to make a lot of money with this? You find yourself a cosplayer and make that outfit.
Yeah.
Make that outfit, get that outfit on a cosplayer, have her in the video with you. Or, you know, just, I don't know if you can get a cosplayer during this, but if she could do that, that'd be money. I was like, maybe even think about making, because she's a fashion designer. I was like, you could make things like that. Make a T-shirt that just shows, you know, like those old bikini ones where they look like the T-shirt was a bikini, a girl with a bikini.
Right.
That I bet you girls would get that shirt because it would be hot. And a lot of credit, man. This was a great video. And I told her, I was like, think elevator pitch. You have a great idea. Cyberpunk. For those who don't know, Cyberpunk was deliberately created to be free domain the rest of its life. It is not meant to ever be owned by anyone. The original creators never wanted it to be that way. They wanted people to go out and do something. It was meant to be this constantly big, giant bubble that could never be taken by anyone. It was always meant to be for the free domain, for creators to create on top of it. So this is our version, just a great creator. And we told her, I was like, just put that passion into 1 minute and you'll be good.
Yeah.
Seriously.
And we made it to the end of the show. That's all of our videos for today. We have 4 minutes to wrap up. I'm going to quickly do some housekeeping, and then we're going to find out where to find these amazing creators. These are all what's now on Indiegogo Demand. And Jonathan, make sure your project goes to Indiegogo on demand so people can get it once it's done. You've already funded, right?
Yeah, it's a work in progress. You know, one of my things on my checklist to get it over there.
Now, what is there is Johnny Phantasm, 1976, issues 1 through 3, 32 pages. We're not watching the videos. I heard your feedback. You don't want to see the on-demand videos. That's fine. I get it. We're not going to play them anymore. The hybrid Sons of Gods to complete first story arc. The book of I forget how
Enoch.
Thank you. Enoch meets Taken in this fast-paced action adventure book. Cat Dad and Supermom. Listen, I haven't been pushing this a lot, honestly, just because I wanted to get the Kickstarters out. I'm done. Kickstarter's out. If you don't have your Kickstarter reward by next Tuesday, that's on you because you didn't fill out the reward survey. And I made sure to get it out there. So now I'm going to be like, that's it. Let's get this book sold now. Now I'm going to get real excited about this because I did think it was bad form to try to sell the book before I got the original backers their book. And here's a great thing that no one knew. Anyone who backed the normal, bland, regular cover, guess what? That's the one that's going to be limited printed. That's the one that's only printed as 111. That award cover is now the collector's item. I wanted to give back to those who supported me. The ones who just show up and go, I'll just get the basic cover. My love to you is that was not the basic cover. That's the special cover. Thank you for the support. So if you want to go out and get that now, it'll be available on the Indiegogo. I'll make sure to at the show because this will be on during hopefully Tampa Bay. Fingers crossed with all the news coming out today that we're still greenlit for that. If you want that collector's edition cover, send it out to me. And if you had actually backed on Kickstarter, I can work a deal where you don't got to pay for the shipping on it because you didn't know. So I'll hook you up. Thank God for Media Mail. God's Hands I think this is actually ending soon. This has been on for a little bit, but it's definitely a great book. And if you didn't get it, now you get your chance to get your part of God's Hands. And remember, the $1, just a single dollar, can help make dreams come true. Every dollar is a declaration of support and belief. It helps the creators and the teams behind the book support new worlds. So do that. Give $1 to a Kickstarter you saw today at least, and help create new worlds and keep creators creating. And Kickstarter for the Independent Creator Second Edition, a practical and informative guide to crowdfunding by Madeline Holly Rosing, is available on Amazon.com today for you guys. And check out our good friend Camila, who used to work with Kickstarter, who explained the importance of Kickstarter videos. It's a great educational video. We don't have anything coming right now soon to Kickstarter. It's just not happening yet. And that's it for today's show. I do want to give a shout out to Sylvester. He has not officially given me permission. I asked him, and I don't know if he saw this, but he is on Kickstarter right now. Great creator. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't mind us showing his Kickstarter, but we're not going to play the video because I haven't gotten his permission. We get permission to now have people on this project, but I wanted to give him a shout out. Check out this beautiful art. It's great art on this. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful stuff. Once I get his permission, I'll bug him again today to make sure. I'll be like, hey, dude, you never answered me. Because we get everyone's permission to be on this show. So no crying. You know what you signed up for to be part of this. But I do think this helps elevate projects and people. And I think today it would have been a great day to be part of it, as we had some of the softest judges ever. Share, remember to do that, and always follow the principles of the P.E.A.R. And this is the Indie Advocate Network right here. Amazing, amazing people, including Brian K. Morris. So we'll tell us where to find him, what's he got going on, and then we'll end with Jonathan to give you one last pitch for his Kickstarter.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian K. Morris, RisingTide.pub, also Rising Tide Publications on Facebook, as well as my own YouTube channel. Look for Brian K. Morris. A theme begins to emerge. What we're working on right now, we're doing novels, short stories, and currently working up a limited comic series for a brand new publisher, and also some horror stories for Empire Comics Lab. I'm really excited about all that. And if you want to follow what I'm doing, go to RisingTide.pub and sign up for my free monthly newsletter. Also, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central. You can see me on Nevermind the Furthermore, our interactive talk show. And on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m., 7 Central, you can see me on Clever Title Pending, where we talk about creativity and the business behind it. This week, we are going to be talking to three very special novelists, Kathy Jackson, David Atkins, and Tyrone Tony Reed Jr. We're going to talk about inspirational writing. Does your faith find itself reflected in your work? And if so, or if not, why? Anyway, to you, Jonathan.
All right. Hey, everyone. Jonathan Hedrick, writer and creator of Capable, which is live right now on Kickstarter. You can pick up issues 1 and 2. Capable is about a world where one day people with disabilities wake up with superpowers that are opposite of what their handicap was. So as you can imagine, not everyone's going to do everything right with those extra powers. So if you want to give that Kickstarter a pledge, please do. You can get exclusive covers, both issues, and there's also retailer reward pledges available. Thank you.
And I want to thank everyone for being on the show. It's been a great show. Thank you, gentlemen. We're going to head on out of here. But before that, I'll explain who the devil is and then give you a message you need to hear.
Mr. Anderson is the unboxable advocating creator known as the devilish comics creator who will tempt you with his devilish tales. He creates books about fetish, monsters, and more, and offers free spanks and hugs. He also teaches morals with farts. Check out the Comics Devil by going to MrAnderson.com.
Be a pair. Be professional. Be ethical. Be authentic. Be respectful. Remember, in this industry for comics,